Hi friends, welcome to Storytime with Miss Norton. Today's story is called Emmanuel's Dream, and this is the true story of Emmanuel Yaboa. And in this story today, we're going to learn about persistence, and I want you to think about how Emmanuel was persistent throughout this entire book, because at the end, you're going to be giving me some examples from the book that show he was persistent. Remember, it means to never give up. Emmanuel's Dream, the true story of Emmanuel Yaboa. In Ghana, West Africa, a baby boy was born. 2 bright eyes blinked in the light. 2 healthy lungs let out a powerful cry. 2 tiny fists opened and closed, but only 1 strong leg kicked. Oh no, friends, what's wrong already? Think about it, breathe it, release it. That's right, he was only born with 1 leg. That worked for him. Most people thought he would be useless, or worse, a curse. His father left never to return, but his mother had faith. Her name was Comfort, and she named her first child Emmanuel, meaning God is with us. As Emmanuel grew, Mama Comfort told him he could have anything, but he would have to get it for himself. He learned to crawl and hop, to fetch water and climb coconut trees. He even shined shoes to earn money. Most kids with disabilities couldn't go to school. Still, Emmanuel's mother carried him there until one day she said, "You are too heavy." From then on, Emmanuel hopped to school and back, 2 miles each way, on 1 leg, by himself. Friends, did he give up? At first, nobody would play with him, so Emmanuel saved his money and bought something none of his classmates had, a brand new soccer ball. Of course he would share it, if he could play too. Lunging and spinning on crutches his grandmother had found for him, and kicking the ball with his good left foot, Emmanuel earned their respect. So did he give up even when friends didn't want to play with him? No, he didn't. He was persistent. His new friends sometimes used their lunch money to rent bikes. Would Emmanuel be able to join them? His friend Goodwin pushed him fast so he could balance. Over and over again, Emmanuel fell hard, but finally, he rode. Did he give up learning how to ride a bike? No, he didn't. When Emmanuel was 13, Mama Comfort got very sick. She could no longer sell vegetables at the market, and Emmanuel's sister and brother were too little to work. He would have to support them. Against his mother's wishes, Emmanuel snuck out and boarded a midnight train to the bustling city of Accra, 150 miles away, alone. He didn't know it then, but it would be 2 years before he saw his family again. So he had to go help make money for his family, and it took him 2 years to get back home. Emmanuel arrived full of hope. There were so many people, but no one would hire him. Why do you think nobody would hire him? Think about it, breathe it, release it. Shopkeepers and restaurant owners told him to go out and beg like other disabled people did. Emmanuel refused. Finally, a food stand owner offered him a job and a place to live. When Emmanuel wasn't serving drinks, he kept busy shining shoes. He earned money and sent it home. One morning, when Emmanuel went to buy shoe shining supplies, the shopkeeper thought he was there to beg and scolded him. Insulted, Emmanuel slammed his money down on the counter. The shopkeeper apologized, but Emmanuel would never forget. So, friends, his feelings got hurt. Let's see what happens. When Mama Comfort grew sicker, Emmanuel went home to be with her. From her bed on Christmas Eve, she told her son, Be respectful, take care of your family, don't ever beg, and don't give up. By the next morning, Emmanuel's beloved mother was dead. He was heartbroken, but he knew her last words had been a gift. He would honor them by showing everyone that being disabled does not mean being unable. It was a big dream, but Emmanuel had a plan. Oh, friends, what do you think his plan is? Think about it, breathe it, release it. Emmanuel had a sharp mind. It just means he was very smart. A bold heart and one strong leg. All he needed was a bike. At first, no one would help. They thought his plan to bicycle around Ghana was impossible. Then Emmanuel wrote to the Challenged Athletes Foundation all the way in San Diego, California. They sent him a bike, plus a helmet, shorts, socks, and gloves. Emmanuel started training for the long ride. He persuaded the king of his region to give him a royal blessing. He went door to door asking for additional support. Finally, he hired a taxi to follow him with drinking water, a camera, and his best friends. Then Emmanuel tied his right leg to the bike's frame, jammed his left foot into a flip-flop attached to the pedal, and rode. Still, he didn't give up. Emmanuel pedaled through the bustling city of Accra. He pedaled through rainforest, over rolling hills, and across wide, muddy rivers. He pedaled past oudum forest and plantain farms and through the market city of Kumasi. He pedaled as trucks roared past on the narrow highways and wild animals stalked his thoughts. He pedaled through vast grasslands and into the ancient city of Tamale. He rode up, down, across, and around his country, proudly wearing the colors of its flag on a shirt printed with the words, the Pozo, or the disabled person. Along the way, Emmanuel talked to those with physical challenges and those without, to poor farm workers and wealthy landowners, to religious leaders, government officials, and reporters. He wanted everyone to see him and his disability. He wanted everyone to hear him and his message. The farther Emmanuel rode, the more attention he got. Children cheered, able-bodied adults ran or rode along with him. People with disabilities left their homes and came outside, some for the very first time. The young man once thought of as a curse was becoming a national hero. He completed his astounding journey, pedaling south to the sea and back up to Accra, nearly 400 miles in just 10 days. But Emmanuel's success goes even further than that. He proved that one leg is enough to do great things, and one person is enough to change the world. And my favorite quote from Emmanuel says, "In this world we are not perfect. We can only do our best." And that is the end of our story of Emmanuel. Now, I told you throughout this book, I wanted you to think about examples that showed he was persistent, things that showed that he never gave up. So that's your writing challenge today. So your paper is going to look like this. Persistent is our key word, and you're going to tell me, I know Emmanuel was persistent because, and here you're going to give me an example from the text that shows he was persistent. For example, did he give up when he was trying to make friends? Nope. You're going to give me another example. If you want to give me one more, you absolutely can. Now, I also have a bonus question for you. Your bonus question today is, what lesson did you learn from this story? Now remember, your lesson might be different than somebody else's, and that's okay. I just want to know, what lesson did you learn? All right, friends, I am super stoked to see your writing pieces later. Enjoy your day. Bye.